right, they play on their phone all day while the rest of us are working hard.
Got stuff to do.
They pop their gums sometimes. They eat smelly food at their desk. I'm talking about annoying coworkers.
Not me, though, of course. And just to clarify, she's not talking about any of the staffers here at Fox 4, I think, right? Although we here at the Morning Blend just found out Stephanie and I are loud typers. I know, as if hitting the keys really hard is going to help our skills, right?
I did hear that it raises your IQ, though, so we should keep doing it.
Of course it does, right? Okay, so we've got the top 5 annoying coworker habits according to realsimple.com. And if you recognize yourself, if you, Stephanie, or you at home recognize yourself on this list, maybe it's time to rethink your office etiquette.
Yes. Okay, so first up.
Hey, Steph.
Number 5.
I got an idea, Steph.
Steph. Interrupting.
Yeah, there's that.
Especially for women. Real Simple did a study, and when a group is mostly women, the collective IQ score is above average.
Of course.
Until they start interrupting one another.
Interesting.
The disruption is perceived as a conflict to many women and really just ends up hurting their performance. I couldn't really perform because you kept interrupting me,
Right.
Courtney.
Sorry about that. Sorry. I'll work on it.
While the women positively also affect the teamwork. So if you are interrupting them, then you are dragging down the group.
Not a problem here. All right, number 4, being a negative Nancy. Sometimes there's just that one person who has a bad attitude. They're only there for the paycheck.
I don't want to do this anymore.
I know,
I don't
right?
want to do this anymore,
They don't want
Courtney.
to participate. If this is you, experts suggest reminding yourself why you wanted the job in the first place.
Advice, though, really.
And if you're just not finding that inspiration and that passion that you once had, maybe it's time to get a new job. And that can be a good thing. It can be scary at first because you have this job and you're solid here, but if it's not doing it for you anymore,
that really is great advice, though,
Yeah.
because why do you want to feel like that going to work anyway? Find something you love to do.
like this.
Yeah, so
Host our
number
show.
3, thinking your job is harder than anyone else's.
Right.
If you are unable to participate or help because you're too busy, Real Simple contributors remind us that everyone is busy. So if you're putting off someone's questions or needs, it can be disrespectful. And to deal with that issue, we should pay attention to what your coworkers are actually doing. And it's probably more complicated than we think.
Absolutely, that's right. And almost at the top of the list here at number 2 is sending unnecessary emails.
Yes.
I think it can apply to texts too, okay? You wouldn't call someone 3 desks over just to ask a quick question, right?
Some people
One that
do,
was
though.
probably answered in your meeting that you just had. So why would you send an email like that? Experts say the extra emails, they burden your coworkers and ultimately hurt productivity. So before you send that email or that text that just says K, ask yourself if you really need those questions answered. If the answer is no, obviously don't send it. Otherwise, you may be unnecessarily pushing off a task onto someone else. And as you just said, everyone is busy.
Right. And finally, the most annoying co-worker habit is shooting down ideas too soon. I think we've all had this happen to us, and it doesn't feel good, right? Singer-songwriter Sarah Bareilles told Real Simple, one of the greatest gifts that you can give your colleagues when you are brainstorming is patience. She says you have to open the floodgates, and that in turn, you know, listen to some good ideas at the same time.
Right, you need both.
Yeah, there's a place in order for both of you guys to move forward.
Right, because sometimes they sound good and they end up being bad, or sometimes you're like, I don't know if that's going to work, and you never know. It could be something
If you're
great.
patient, maybe the idea will turn into something a little better. Once
bounce ideas off each other, absolutely.
Exactly. All right, this week's Minute Makeover is a real eye-opener. Coming up next, makeup hacks every woman needs to know about applying eyeliner.